As election battle in Bihar intensifies, the political battle and war of words get bitter and uglier with each passing day. After the Modi abuse row from a stage where Congress and RJD were holding a rally in Bihar, now another video has come to the light. This is by the Bihar Congress, where they have posted an AI video of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his mother. In the video, you can see that the Congress party is mocking Prime Minister with their slogan, Vote Chori. And after that, the Bharatiya Janata Party has hit back on the Congress party, saying that elections in Bihar will teach opposition a lesson, as Congress party is habitually insulting Prime Minister and his mother. Take a look at this video and the political reactions coming in.
आज की वोट चोरी डन हो गए। अब जाता हूं सोने।
अरे बेटा, पहले तो तुमने मुझे नोटबंदी की लंबी लाइनों में खड़ा किया। तूने मेरे पैर धोने का रील बनवाया और अब बिहार में मेरे नाम पर राजनीति कर रहे हो। तुम मेरे अपमान के बैनर पोस्टर छपवा रहे हो। तुम फिर से बिहार में नौटंकी करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो। राजनीति के नाम पर कितना गिरोगे?
हाँ? कांग्रेस पार्टी की एक ही पहचान करो, मोदी जी की माता जी का अपमान, मातृशक्ति, नारी शक्ति, महिला शक्ति का अपमान, और वो भी बिहार जैसे प्रदेश में। कांग्रेस पार्टी ने सबसे पहले मोदी जी की माता जी को गाली दी, उस पर खेद या खंडन करने के बदले उसको जस्टिफाई किया, डिफेंड किया। जब पता चला कि कांग्रेस पार्टी झूठ फैला रही थी और एक्सपोज हो गया कि वो कांग्रेस का ही कार्यकर्ता था, तो कांग्रेस पार्टी ने या राहुल गांधी ने उस पर माफी मांगने के बदले एक और गाली दी, इस बार बिहार के लोगों को, और बीड़ी से तुलना की। ट्वीट तो डिलीट कर दिया, पर मानसिकता डिलीट नहीं हुई।
This video is posted by the Bihar Congress on their X handle, and later on the BJP is taking jibe on the Congress party, where Congress party posted a video of Prime Minister Modi and her mother, that her mother came in their dreams, and she spoke with the Prime Minister, that she is saying that you are doing politics in Bihar on my name. So Congress is basically taking jibe on Prime Minister by using this AI generated video, and after that BJP is taking charge on Congress. Pradeep Bhandari, the BJP spokesperson, also tweeted on his Twitter handle and attacks on Congress party, while he also write that again Congress party had insulted Prime Minister Modi's mother after posting this video, and he's also appealing to the people of Bihar, that people of Bihar will never tolerate this, and they will cast their vote for the development, and they will cast their vote for the BJP and the NDA alliance in Bihar.
Shifting our focus to Telangana, in a gruesome incident, a 50-year-old woman was tied up, hit with a pressure cooker and stabbed to death, allegedly by two helpers at her flat in a high-rise apartment in Hyderabad. 5 teams have been formed to nab the suspects, who are still at large. The duo then took some gold ornaments and about ₹1 lakh cash from the residence and fled. But what was shocking was the nature in which this crime was committed, and my colleague Shivaru decodes that shocking and chilling behavior. Take a look.
It happened in one of the most upscale areas of Hyderabad. That is 50-year-old Renu Agarwal, who was found in her house with her throat slit, her hands tied, her legs bound, and her head completely smashed with a pressure cooker lid. The people who are suspected to have perpetrated that crime are her own domestic help, who had just been hired 10 days ago. And these two men, seen here casually talking to each other in the lift after apparently committing that horrific murder, have escaped from this gated colony, which had CCTV cameras and all security arrangements, carried out this crime, and they are at large now. They haven't been caught just yet. Renu Agarwal's family, imagine, came home in that gated colony in an upscale part of Hyderabad and found her body. Let me tell you the sequence of events and how it actually took place. 50-year-old Renu Agarwal is the woman who was killed in her flat. This was a high-rise building where it happened. The victim was hit with a pressure cooker on her head and her hands were bound. Throat was slit with a knife and with scissors. Her hands were bound. She was found lying on the floor. Her legs were also tied. She was killed inside her home in a gated community by her own house help, who was someone who actually stayed on site. The suspects were seen, like I showed you in those pictures, in the lift's CCTV camera. They took a shower. They took a shower inside the house, if you can believe it. They changed their clothes and then they casually exited with new clothes after the murder. They had the time and the confidence to actually do that. They left their blood-stained clothes there at the victim's home, and there's a huge number of CCTV camera footage showing exactly how they left. They also looted the house with about 40 grams of gold and about 1 lakh rupees in cash. So robbery is believed to be the motive at this time. They were seen leaving on a two-wheeler which belonged to the neighbor after this particular murder. They are both apparently from Jharkhand and may actually be heading there. Now let's tell you a little bit about the two suspects, Harsha and Roshan. Two domestic workers were involved in this murder, Roshan and Harsha. Harsha was the house help who was working for Renu Agarwal, the Agarwal family, and he'd been hired via a manpower agency just about 10 days ago. He came from Jharkhand, as did Roshan, apparently, hired by the Agarwals just over a week ago from an agency that was based apparently in Kolkata. Roshan, who was a friend of Harsha's, worked for the neighbors. The both of them allegedly colluded, murdered Renu Agarwal, looted the house, had a shower, changed their clothes, had this casual conversation inside a lift showing no hurry at all, and then they left.
And now shifting our focus to Bengaluru metro station name change row, where a proposal to change the name of the Shivaji Nagar metro station in Bengaluru to St. Mary's name has sparked a political row. This proposal was submitted by Congress MLA Rizwan Arshad, and Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has said that he agrees with it and will send it further to the authorities. But renaming Shivaji Metro Station to St. Mary's is a big political showdown, with Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis hitting out at the Congress party, stating that this is nothing but appeasement politics of the Congress party. But the St. Mary's Church is a historic landmark in Bengaluru, viewers, and that's why the Congress party is backing it. But sample the reactions coming in.
ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ರೈಲ್ವೆ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಹೆಸರಿಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾಪ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ರಿಜ್ವಾನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ರಿಜ್ವಾನ್ ಈ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂನ್ಸಿಯವರು ಎಲ್ಲಿಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಶಿಫಾರಸು ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು
शिवाजीनगर स्टेशनचं नाव बदलून सेंट मेरी स्टेशन करणं याचा मी निषेध करतो. एक प्रकारे छत्रपती शिवरायांचा अपमान करण्याचं काम हे कर्नाटकची काँग्रेस सरकार करते. याचं मला दुःख आहे, पण मला याचं नवल वाटत नाही. कारण छत्रपती शिवरायांना अपमानित करण्याची परंपरा ही काँग्रेसमध्ये जवाहरलाल नेहरू पंतप्रधान असतानापासून आहे.
दुबे जी, जिस तरीके से अब प्रश्न उपस्थित हो रहा है कि कर्नाटका में सीएम सिद्धरमैया ने केंद्र सरकार को प्रपोजल भेजा है कि जो शिवाजी नगर में अंडरग्राउंड मेट्रो का स्टेशन है, जिसका शिवाजी नगर नाम होना चाहिए था, लेकिन अब उसको प्रपोजल के तौर पर भेजा गया है कि सेंट मैरी नाम किया जाए. वहाँ के लोग भी विरोध कर रहे हैं, सोशल मीडिया पे भी काफ़ी बवाल मचा हुआ है. ऐसे में कहीं ना कहीं कांग्रेस जो है आपकी मित्र पक्ष है, तो बीजेपी भी सवाल खड़ी करे, क्या आप उसको मान्यता देते हैं?
और देखिए, सबसे पहले बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण खबर है कि शिवाजी महाराज के नाम पर अगर कोई पुराना नगर है, मेट्रो बनने से पहले भी वो शिवाजी नगर रहा है, मेट्रो बनने के बाद भी उसका नाम शिवाजी नगर ही होना चाहिए, बल्कि छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज नगर होना चाहिए. हम सिद्धारमैया जी से निवेदन करेंगे, हम उन्हें पत्र भी लिखेंगे कि आप उस स्टेशन का नाम छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज नगर के रूप में ही करिए, क्योंकि लाखों करोड़ों लोगों की श्रद्धा छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज से जुड़ी है. छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज सिर्फ महाराष्ट्र के आराध्य नहीं, संपूर्ण भारत देश के आराध्य है. उन्होंने भारत देश के लिए जो अपना योगदान दिया है, या जो हिंदवी स्वराज की स्थापना के लिए जो अपना जीवन खपाया है, वो किसी से छुपा नहीं है। तो हम यही चाहेंगे कि सिद्धारमैया जी, आप एक कुशल प्रशासक हैं, आपकी पूर्ण बहुमत की कर्नाटका में सरकार है, आप हमारे मित्र पक्ष के मुख्यमंत्री हैं, तो आप उस मेट्रो स्टेशन का नाम छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज नगर ही करें, क्योंकि हमारी भी भावनाएं जुड़ी हैं, आपके कर्नाटक में रहने वाले लोगों की भी भावनाएं जुड़ी हैं। तो आप उसका आदर करते हुए, इसमें कोई राजनीति न करते हुए, आप उस स्टेशन का नाम छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज के नाम से ही कीजिए। बहुत सारे विषय हैं बीजेपी को घेरने के लिए, जिसमें आप बीजेपी को घेरिए, लेकिन इस विषय पर हमारी जनभावना का आप आदर करिए।
The CRPF has written a letter to Congress MP Rahul Gandhi and Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge raising concern over his violation of security protocols set by his security team. In the letter, the CRPF VVIP security chief Sunil June said, and I quote, Rahul Gandhi has been violating security protocols set in place for VVIP protectees through his unscheduled trips abroad. The VVIP security chief also flagged about the Congress leader's attitude towards his security, saying he is not taking rules seriously. Gandhi was among the highest threat perception leaders in India and was given Z+ security with ASL security covered by the Home Ministry. Sample the reactions coming in.
देश के प्रधानमंत्री विदेश में ही रहते हैं, तो मुझे लगता है प्रधानमंत्री के बाद दूसरे नंबर का प्रोटोकॉल राहुल गांधी जी का है। सरकार की जिम्मेदारी और जवाबदेही बनती है कि उन्हें वहां भी, विदेश जाने पर भी, उनको जो प्रोटोकॉल अनुमन्य है वो प्रोटोकॉल दें। मुझे लगता है उनकी सुरक्षा बलों ने उनकी सुरक्षा को लेकर चिंता जताई है, और विदेश इसलिए राहुल गांधी जाते हैं कि उन्हें लोग सुनना चाहते हैं, जो भारत के लोग विदेशों में रहते हैं, जो NRI हैं। बहुत सारे ऐसे प्रतिष्ठित कॉलेज हैं, संस्थान हैं, जो राहुल गांधी जी को लेक्चर के लिए बुलाते हैं, वो सुनना चाहते हैं राहुल गांधी जी को। तो मुझे लगता है भारत देश के लोगों के लिए विदेश जाना राहुल गांधी जी की जरूरत है और राहुल गांधी जी की डिमांड है। तो जब प्रधानमंत्री जी के लिए सुरक्षा है विदेश में, तो राहुल गांधी जी के लिए होनी चाहिए।
On the one hand, Congress party says that Rahul Gandhi's life is in danger within the country amongst Indians. And then on the other hand, Rahul Gandhi treats his own security so trivially when he goes abroad, as if he feels very secure when he is abroad. Question is that Rahul Gandhi, who is never given to following the rules and protocols within the country, is also breaking his own security protocols allegedly when he's out of the country. So therefore, one would hope that Rahul Gandhi will not indulge in such kind of immature behavior. And also, what is there to hide?
A curfew was imposed again in Kathmandu after a 2-hour relaxation from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. today. Nepal remained under nationwide restrictive orders and curfew after deadly Gen Z protests rocked the small Himalayan nation earlier this week. In the capital, Kathmandu, the army ordered people to stay home after the military came out in force overnight to halt the deadly unrest that prompted the government's collapse as protesters set buildings on fire. As per authorities, at least 13,000 prisoners were set free from jails in all 77 districts of Nepal during the violent protest. So far, at least 30 people have died in the violent protest. But look at this exclusive conversation that my colleague Ankit Tyagi did with former Nepal minister. Take a look.
Part of the whole system, the political system, the establishment, which frustrated people, and especially the young, to the extent that they came out, their anger came out and melted, scorched the streets of Nepal. What do you have to say about the fact that, they have lost absolute trust? The young people of Nepal have lost absolute trust in the polity and the political leaders of this country, including yourself.
Yes, of course. I would be the first one to admit that. I mean, we have lost touch as political parties, as mainstream political parties. As a member of Nepali Congress, I have to admit that we have lost touch with the base. I mean, we have to now recognize that and recognize the aspiration of youth. And I had forewarned. I've given interviews with others, other mainstream paper here, also legacy media, that it's important for us to understand the message, get the message, then punish the medium or the messenger. But I could not prevail upon the government and the party that I represent, bad as it has been, but at the same time, I guess the country has to move forward. Law and order has to be restored. They have even the ones who had to lose their lives. I mean, they had a dream for the nation. They have aspiration for the nation, and we all would be better off by working towards realizing those aspirations.
Slipping into a very short break, don't go anywhere, keep watching NDTV. I'll be back with more news. Charlie Kirk, conservative activist and close ally of US President Donald Trump, was assassinated on Wednesday. The sniper who killed the 31-year-old jumped off the roof and fled after firing the spot. The FBI has announced that the assassin's high-powered rifle has been found. Later, the FBI also released 2 photos of a person of interest related to the shooting of Charlie Kirk. The photos are on your screens. Investigators have appealed to the public for more information. The 2 photos released show a person wearing a cap, sunglasses and a long-sleeved black shirt. The hunt for the shooter remains on. Take a look at what the investigators had to say and our report following it.
We were able to track the movements of the shooter. Starting at 11:52 a.m., the subject arrived on campus, shortly away from campus. We have tracked his movements onto the campus, through the stairwells, up to the roof, across the roof to a shooting location. After the shooting, we were able to track his movements as he moved to the other side of the building, jumped off of the building, and fled off of the campus and into a neighborhood.
I can tell you that we have recovered what we believe is the weapon that was used in yesterday's shooting. It is a high-powered bolt-action rifle. That rifle was recovered in a wooded area where the shooter had fled. The FBI laboratory will be analyzing this weapon.
A chilling silence follows the sound of a single gunshot. Conservative firebrand Charlie Kirk shot dead mid-speech. A political assassination, say many. Kirk wasn't just another Trump campaign aide. He was one of the most influential unelected people in America. A tireless organizer, a fiery speaker, and a relentless fundraiser. He turned online activism into real-world political muscle. He helped fill stadiums, mobilized young voters, and pushed the Trump message into places it had never reached before. Trump called the shooting a dark moment and vowed retribution.
For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now.
Investigators say the shot that struck Kirk was fired from an estimated distance of nearly 150 yards. A single round aimed with chilling precision. This is more than an attack on a campaign figure. It's a flashpoint in a national crisis. The United States loses more than 40,000 lives every year to gun-related injuries, mass shootings, suicides, street crime, and political violence. The right has faced criticism for pushing permissive gun laws and celebrating firearms as symbols of freedom rather than instruments of death. There's also an India connect to Kirk's story. Just a week before his death, he triggered outrage over his remarks on Indian migrants, stating America does not need more visas for people from India. He said that the US is full and it's time the country put its own people first. The shooting of Charlie Kirk is not just a story about one man or one campaign. It's a story about a nation where political rhetoric, anger, and easy access to guns collide with deadly consequences. Charlie Kirk, divisive, bold, and now silenced. But has this killing unified a country? or pushed it closer to the edge? With Sejal Gupta and Vishal Vivek, Bureau Report, NDTV.
US Ambassador designate to India Sergio Gore at the Senate Foreign Relations Committee says President Trump has invited Indian Trade and Commerce Minister next week to the United States. The statement comes in after turbulence in the relationship between India and the United States following the remarks by several of Trump's allies. Take a look at the statement coming in.
Our president has a deep friendship with Prime Minister Modi, and that is something that is unique. In fact, if you have noticed, when he has gone after other nations, he tends to go after their leaders for putting us in that position and for the United States imposing those tariffs. When the president has been critical of India, he has gone out of his way to compliment Prime Minister Modi. They have an incredible relationship. I've been with him in the same room. We're not that far apart on a deal already on these tariffs. To your point, getting India to stop buying Russian oil is a top priority for this administration. Bringing peace around the world is a top priority to this administration. This president has engaged in trying to resolve wars and conflicts all over the world, from Africa to the Middle East to Ukraine and even Southeast Asia. So I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think the time will arrive upon us in the next few weeks and next few months for all of this to get resolved.
John Bolton, the former National Security Advisor of the United States, has spoken exclusively to NDTV's Vishnu show. He also detailed his analysis of Donald Trump and his teams, especially Peter Navarro. His nonsense we heard last week, how he kept on attacking PM Modi and India on trade tariffs. But look at how America thinks of him.
You were in a room with Peter Navarro and Prime Minister Modi and Donald Trump, where it appeared to you that all that Navarro was trying to do was start a fight. Could you tell us more about that incident?
Well, you know, this was a meeting where I had hoped that the two leaders would talk about strategic issues, as dealing with China, dealing with enormous threats that we face through the rest of the century, and Peter just wanted to talk about what he thought were unfair Indian trade practices. Look, I have watched trade people do this. There are always grievances in trade issues. It's in the nature of the subject matter, but between India and the United States for the rest of the century, there are very, very important, indeed existential questions here. I'm not diminishing the importance of trade. It makes a huge difference in both economies, but let's keep it in perspective. That I guess is how I would put it.